So I'm here with rapper Muja Messiah from Minneapolis, Minnesota. How you doing today?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me, man. It's a beautiful day for once in Minneapolis, so I'm chilling.
Man,
I'm in St. Paul. Shout out St. Paul.
I love Minnesota. Like, they have a vibrant hip hop music scene, thanks to the success of, Atmosphere. What was it like growing up in Minnesota?
Man, I came up in the couldn't just say you was nice. You had to go out and battle and freestyle at in the cipher and all of that. It was a very b-boy orientated community that I grew up in, parties and even from breakdancing on up, even when I was a shorty breaking and dancing, all the elements of hip hop, it, encompassed in the one day, 24 hours a day. A lot of as far as hip hop goes, this is a deeply rooted hip hop community.
Most definitely. And you've been putting in your work. You've been acknowledged, by some major publications, from Herb to Vibe. I think when I listen to your music, I see that somebody who's took time, with the craft. Uh, but at the same time, I'm sure you've wanted larger success. What's it like, putting in that work, but not necessarily being acknowledged like you should be?
Well, I look at the lack of acknowledgement in a different light. I look at it that I'm acknowledged everywhere I go on a kind of constant basis. I don't want to say fans or a cult following, but I have a lot of people, supporters in my corner that make it easy to continue. And where I should be is where I'm at. I am where I am. I'm not a bitter individual. And anything that would suggest a lack of where I should be, it ain't because of work ethic or me not doing my part. You know what I'm saying? So I can rest easy knowing that I'm having fun, I'm doing me. It was a frustrating time when you was looking for it to pay your bills or live off of it. Now it does, there I have been able to carve a niche as for how to demonetize my efforts, but I also have other streams of income where I can comfortably make music. And you know what I'm saying? I don't there was a bitter time when you want to get paid, you want to be rich off of music, you know what I'm saying? But once you get on your grown man shit and understand it's you're an investment to yourself, you're gonna need resources, you know what I'm saying, to live and to invest into your art. And because of my experience, I've been able to master that in the last few years, and it's made music very fun to make.
Man, and I hear the fun, you make a lot of versatile music. I was listening to some of your songs, and I feel like you can't really pigeonhole you into a box. You have a bunch of different styles. Like when I was listening to some of the songs, like one of them, Cairo Maniac. I thought that was a really great song, and you address certain topics in the music, about the depiction of Cleopatra, being anything other than a person of color. I thought and stuff that was a really poignant point.
Julius Caesar ain't no leader, he just pizza. Yeah, I a while ago I had a song called Egyptians Ain't White, and it was a little too on the nose. So I wanted to address the same thing and make it funner, for lack of a better word. And I thought the Bangles sample would be hilarious. I had to my producer, shout out White Hennessy, I had to basically debate him into even sampling that, because it's just, I'm not sampling, but we made a banger out of it. And I like to, to be able to discuss ancient Egypt and still have fun with it, is everybody can't do that. And I like to, that's why I think I stand out, because of the politics, the historical shit, the street shit, and the humor, all in one. It makes it for for interesting music.
Yeah, I see a lot of range, and then you have a song like Splash, where it kind of reminds me of like, it's like a horrorcore vibe type song. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like, it puts me in the vein of like, stuff like, Eminem would do early on, like, like where it has bars, but like, it's like, kind of like, just like, these outrageous like bars.
I said, I rhyme like a New York Times best-selling author. You rhyme like Silk the Shocker reading the teleprompter. My homie uh, Mike Dade, man, he told me he said, when it tickles, it's good. You know what I'm saying? So if I say something that makes me chuckle or tickles me a little bit, I'm gonna say it. I just redid Baby Got Back and I did Baby Got Straps, and it's about this crazy Somali chick I was dating that got guns over the Sir Mix-a-Lot Baby Got Back, but it's about Baby Got Straps, to where that's gonna be hilarious. So that keeps my interest going too, man. It's just not try to fit into a mold and just keep it fun as well.
Yeah, like, and I enjoy it. Like, you have a really nice catalog of music. It's very impressive, and like, it's not one dimensional. I feel like today there's a lot of artists and stuff. They pretty much just make different versions of the same record. You
It's
know,
that's because they're not making it. That's AI. But yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, like what was it like, in Minnesota? Because like, I feel like, and stuff, everything. I don't really think about Minnesota like necessarily having a hood, but I guess every place has like, a hood, and like you kind of like depict that in your music.
We got several hoods, but we don't have projects. We don't have ghettos. You know what I'm saying. But everywhere there's a hood. You can go to Omaha, Nebraska. You can go to Des Moines, Iowa, got hoods. Everywhere. Madison, Wisconsin is the hood. Shout out to all the hoods that don't get recognized as hoods, but you come around there acting crazy, you get ran up out of there. You can't just run up in spots and think, oh, ain't no hood here. You know what I mean? A lot of out of towners try to do that here, but we have established hoods, man, and there's a lot of there's 40 and 50 years of history that goes into that, making it what it is, and just like anywhere else, people don't play around here either, and I guess that would signify the hood when there's people of color and it's a little bit rougher and people are more pissed off but know how to have a good time, but also they don't play that shit. So that's what makes it the hood.
When I also think of Minneapolis, what comes to mind is George Floyd. What was it like, being in Minneapolis during that time? Like,
I was in Germany, and I was telling people I was from Minneapolis. They didn't know what I meant. And I tried to tell this older white lady that it's the home of Prince. And then when she didn't know who Prince was, it was like I didn't even exist. Because usually it's either Kevin Garnett or Prince. You could tell somebody. Because most people be like, Indianapolis, Minneapolis? No, Minneapolis. But now, because of the George Floyd thing, they realized that, we burning down police stations. We ain't playing around here. You just ain't going to be killing us in the streets like that, without repercussions. And this is a very politically aware hood. You know what I'm saying? To both Twin Cities, and it was made known. And the George Floyd thing was just for someone growing up here, it was no surprise to us. The police here are devils, So this city is full of pigs and potholes, man. Pigs and potholes. That's what this interview is called, Pigs and Potholes.
Has it improved like the relations of the police in Minneapolis?
It has improved because I thought it sound like the police right there. It has improved because the police they're standing down now. You're not getting pulled over for broken taillights and wearing a hoodie anymore. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting pulled over because you're black. Because there's not as many cops. A lot of them quit because if they can't kick niggas' asses in peace, they would rather get another job. And